Hey guys, what's good and welcome back to my channel. I got such positive feedback after my Crochet 101 series that I have decided to come back on here and now make a Crochet 102, and this stitch guide is going to be geared more towards my beginners and my intermediate. So I'm just going to hop right on into the tutorial. I know last time I moved very slow for all my beginners out there, so this time I'm going to pick up the pace just a little bit, move a little bit faster, and show you a handful of useful stitches that you guys can use. And I would still consider these like my everyday, every week type of stitch. So I hope you guys are able to learn something. And again, if this gets really good feedback, of course I'll come back on here and make even a Crochet 103 and give you guys some fancy schmancy dancy type of stitches. Yeah, okay, let's get into it. All right, so very similar to my last video, I'm going to be sticking with a worsted or Aran weight type of yarn. I just want the stitches to be nice and thick so that you guys can see how I'm working everything. This is the Red Heart Super Saver yarn. Again, it's worsted weight. And of course, again, the hook that I'll be using is my 5.0 millimeter hook. Okay, goody. Let's get started with some of these intermediate stitches. Just like last time, I'm going to start off with my slip knot, insert my hook, and tighten my loop. And now I'm going to zoom you guys in nice and close. So I'm going to start off by chaining 10 plus 1 for turning, and I'm just going to work one row of single crochet. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and here's my 10th stitch. I'm going to chain one more for turning, and now I'm going to place one single crochet into the top of each stitch. And now I have a base of 10 stitches to work upon. So the very first stitch that I want to show you guys how to make is the half double crochet. And this is probably my most used stitch in all of my patterns. So in order to start working my half double crochets, remember at the end of each row, I need to chain to turn my work. So for the half double crochets, I need to chain 1, and then I can turn my work. So now that I have that chain of 1, I can begin placing my stitches. So to work that half double crochet, I need to yarn over and find my very first stitch in the row, which is right here. I'm going to insert into that stitch and pick up both of those top loops, yarn over, and pull up a loop. So at this point you should have 3 loops on your hook. From here I can yarn over, and now I'm going to pull through all 3. And it's as simple as that. So there's my very first half double crochet in the row. I'll show you again nice and close. I'm going to yarn over, find that very next stitch in the row, which is right here. I'm going to insert through both of those top loops, yarn over, and pull up a loop. So now you should have 3 sitting on your hook, yarn over, and now you can pull through all 3 of those loops. And there is my second half double crochet. Once again, yarn over, insert into the very next stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop with 3 on, yarn over again, and pull through all 3 of those loops. Yarn over, insert, and pull up, yarn over, pull through all 3. Yarn over, insert, pull up, with 3 on, yarn over, and pull through all 3. And now I'm just going to finish up that row and we can begin with my very next stitch. Now the next stitch that I'll teach you guys is called the extended half double crochet. So this is a mixture between a half double crochet and a full double crochet. So to start the beginning of that row, I'm going to chain 2 before I turn. So there's 1, and there's my 2. Turn my work. And now to work that extended half double crochet, I'm going to yarn over like before, insert my hook into that first loop, and pull up a stitch. So now I should have 3 loops sitting on my hook, From here, I'm going to yarn over and pull through only 1. So you should still have 3 loops sitting on your hook. And from here, I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So there's my very first extended half double crochet. It looks pretty similar to the full double crochet, but it has a little bit of a twist to it. So I'm going to show you guys again in slow motion. Yarn over, find your next stitch and insert, pull up a loop with 3 sitting on your hook, yarn over and pull through 1 stitch, and with 3 on your hook again, yarn over and pull through all 3. Now you have your second extended. So if you guys look very closely, your extended half double crochet begins with a single crochet here on the bottom, and then you finish your stitch with a half double crochet on top. So it still gives you that length of the double crochet, but it has a little extra flair to it. So I'll show you guys again a little bit faster. Yarn over and insert, yarn over, pull up a loop with 3 on the hook, yarn over and pull through 1, with 3 on, yarn over again and pull through all 3. Show you guys that one more time. Yarn over, insert into your next stitch right here, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 1. So there's kind of your beginning of your single crochet, and with 3 on your hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. And now you have that half double crochet sitting on top. So this is what your stitches should look like. I'm going to finish up my row and move on to the next stitch. Alright, now I'm going to show you guys how to work a treble crochet. So this is even longer than your double crochet. It's got some length to it. In order to turn corners for a treble crochet, I'm going to chain, you guys guessed it, 3. So here's 1, there's chain 2, and 1 more to chain 3. And now I can turn my work. To work a treble crochet, I'm going to begin by yarning over twice. So there's 1 yarn over, and now that's 2 yarn over. So I have 3 sitting here on my hook. At this point, I'm going to find that very first stitch and insert my hook. From here, I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop. So if you look closely, I have 4 here sitting on my hook. From this point, I'm going to yarn over and pull through 2. And now you should have 3 on your hook. From this point, yarn over, pull through 2 again. And with 2 left sitting on my hook, yarn over 1 last time and pull through both of those loops. So you guys see how that stitch is nice and long, which is why I had to begin with a chain of 3 at the beginning of my row. Let's go ahead and work that stitch again. So to begin, yarn over twice. There's 1 and there's 2. Insert at the top of my next stitch and pull up a loop. So now I've got 4 sitting there on my hook. Yarn over and pull through only 2. With 3 on my hook, yarn over again, pull through 2, and with 2 on my hook, yarn over 1 last time and pull through the last 2 loops. And just a quick note for you all, when you're working these treble crochets, you guys see how tall these stitches are in comparison to everything else? You need to keep your tension as loose as possible when you're working through these stitches. So just keep in mind that this hand is barely grasping onto the yarn. I'm going to show you guys the treble again a little bit faster. I'm going to yarn over twice and insert my hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2, with 3 on, yarn over, pull through 2, and with 2 on, yarn over and pull through 2. So you're pulling through 2, and then pulling through 2 again. Okay, so now I think I'm going to show you guys a few different ways to create ribbing. So I'm going to start off by showing you guys the back loop only technique, and this is usually marked as BLO on patterns. And for the sake of showing you guys how to create the ribbing, I'm just going to stick with the half double crochet stitch. In order to create ribbing in the back loop only, I'm just going to turn my work slightly so that I can see the top-down view of my work. And you guys remember how I tell you to enter through the top of both of those stitches and grab that V shape right here in order to work the back loop only. Instead of picking up both of those top stitches, I'm only going to pick up this back loop right here. So to show you guys how that's done in full motion, to create the half double crochet, I'm going to yarn over and find that very first stitch in the row and pick up only that back loop right there. And now you can work the rest of your stitch like normal. I'm going to yarn over and pull up a loop, and with 3 on, yarn over, pull through all 3. To show you guys again nice and slow, I'm going to yarn over, turn my work a little bit, and enter into that back loop. Yarn over, pull up, and with 3 on, yarn over and pull through all 3. I'm going to go ahead and work a few more into that back loop only. So I'm going to yarn over, insert into that back stitch, pull up, yarn over, pull through all 3. Again, yarn over, insert into that back stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. So hopefully by now you guys can see that when you don't pick up that front loop, this little front loop here actually protrudes a little bit and creates a slight ribbing effect on the piece facing towards you. So again, I'm going to work the rest of this row so you guys can see that entire ribbing effect. So I've just finished up that row of back loop only stitching, and as you guys can see here, that front loop only creates a ribbed effect. So now I get to show you guys how to work the front loop only ribbing, and it's exactly the same as what I've shown you here, except we're only going to pick up the front loop. So very similar to working that back loop only, where I only picked up that back loop. This time I'm only going to enter through the front loop. So you guys see how I'm leaving behind the back loop and only picking up that front edge. Okay, so let's go ahead and work up the front loop only. On a pattern, this is typically marked as FLO. So to work those half double crochets, I'm going to yarn over and turn my work slightly and pick up only this front loop. And now I can work this stitch like normal, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. One more time, nice and close. I'm going to yarn over, turn my work, and only pick up that front loop. Now I can finish out my stitch. Again, I'm going to yarn over, turn my work, and pick up only that front loop. Pulling through all 3. Yarn over, turn my work, pick up the front loop, and finish your stitch. So I've just finished up that row of front loop only, and in case you guys are looking at this and you're wondering where did my ribbing effect go, when you turn your work, your front loop only stitch creates the ribbing on the back side of your panel. The second way to create a ribbing effect, and probably my favorite technique to use, is by using the front post and back post stitches. So for the sake of the front post stitches, I've already worked up a row of plain double crochet stitches right here beneath so that you can see my work nice and easy. And I've gone ahead and worked a few double crochets right here. To create the ribbing of the front post stitch, I need to change where I enter my hook. So when I spread my work apart, you guys can see the body or the post of the stitch right here. And the trick with the front post stitch is to insert your hook through the front side, wrap around that body, and poke your hook back out on the front side of your work. So if you flip it, this is what that stitch should look like with the body wrapped around the hook. So to go ahead and show you guys that stitch in real time, remember I'm working with double crochets. I'm going to yarn over, spread my work apart, and insert my hook in the front, wrap it around the post, and come back out on that front side. From here, I'm going to yarn over and pull through that loop all the way through that front post. And just like a normal double crochet, you should have 3 on your hook. I'm going to finish the stitch like normal, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. Go ahead and show you guys that again. So I'm going to yarn over, spread my work apart so I can see that post, insert, wrap around, and poke back out on the front side. Now I can yarn over and pull that loop through the front post. And again, I have 3 on my hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So as you guys can see here, I have 2 front post stitches. I'm going to go ahead and work up a few more so you guys can see the ribbed effect. So I'll spread my work apart, insert to the right, poke around, come out on the left side of that stitch, yarn over, pull the loop through that post, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So as you guys can hopefully see, that front post stitch causes the entire double crochet to become ribbed. Starting all over again, this time I'm going to create back post stitches. So in order to create the back post, we're going to completely reverse the stitch that I showed you guys before. And instead, for a back post stitch, I'm going to insert on the back side of my work, wrap around that post, and poke back out on the back side. To create that back post stitch, I'm going to look at my next double crochet in the row, which is right here. Yarn over, insert my hook from the back side, wrap around that post, and poke back out on the back side of my work. And just like before, I'm going to yarn over and pull my loop through that back post. So again, I should end up with 3 on my hook, and now I can finish my double crochet like normal. So pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So here's my very first back post stitch. I'm going to show you guys again, but this time I'm going to show you the back side of my work. So again, here on the back side, I'm going to enter through the back, wrap around, and come back out on the back side of my panel. And just like before, yarn over and pull through that post. You should end up with 3 on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So let's go ahead and show you that back post a few more times. I know the back post can be very tricky. I'm going to spread my work apart and look here for my very next stitch. I'm going to enter from the back side, wrap around, and poke back out on my back panel. So From here, yarn over again, pull that loop through the back post. And I've got 3 on my hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. I've gone ahead and worked up a few more of those regular stitches, and hopefully right here you guys can see these are the 4 back post double crochet. And this pretty much wraps up my crochet 102. I hope you guys were really able to learn some new techniques and some new tricks. Try to go home and use that ribbing technique that I showed you guys. And I'll be back again soon if you guys would like to see a crochet 103. Thank you guys so much for stopping by and spending some quality time with me. I promise I'll be back on here very soon with some special DIYs and tutorials. I know you guys miss those. I've just been super swamped lately, but I promise those are coming out very soon, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye.